You might have heard this one before. The path of the righteous man is beset on all sides by the iniquities of the selfish and the tyranny of evil men. Blessed is he who shepherds the weak through the valley of darkness, for he is truly his brother's keeper and the finder of lost children. And I will strike down upon thee with great vengeance and furious anger those who attempt to poison and destroy my brothers. And you will know my name is the Lord when I lay my vengeance upon thee. It's from Pulp Fiction, right? And I've been thinking about that movie overall quite a bit lately, especially that part and how it plays in repetition. You know, you think about trinities and these patterns that seem to repeat. And the thing that I think that I've kind of noticed lately is, because I kind of feel like, you know, what I've personally believe now is that we exist in a universal plasma field, and that that's effectively a representation of what most people would call God or a creator, and that this energy flows through us, and basically what we live in is just a summation of all of our beliefs as compared and contrasted and flowing through all of us globally. All of our beliefs attached to this plasma as thought form entities and thought forms. And as those thought forms and thought form entities accumulate and find other thought form entities out in the universal plasma field, when they bind together, those beliefs form and manifest into physical reality. And so right now, because we're this global society with the global media, we're kind of experiencing the Bible. It's manifesting, along with a whole bunch of other religions like Judaism and Islam and Hinduism. And I want to make sure I don't leave anything out. I mean, there's so many, guys. How am I supposed to get all of them? But the point is that it's all there, and it's all happening simultaneously. Even the Ezekiel 25:17, if you really do the alphanumeric decrypt, there's something way deeper going on there. And no matter what we believe about the intention of a filmmaker or an author or a musician, because that's kind of one of those subjects of debate, like, you know, what side are they really on? Or are they doing something for the dark side? I mean, people have these questions now, right? And I don't think it really even matters anymore. I think that something's going on right now where things are just happening. Like 25:17, for example, so many people watched Pulp Fiction. And if you look up what Ezekiel 25:17 is, it says that this is the passage. It says, "And I will execute great vengeance upon them with furious rebukes, and they shall know that I am the Lord when I lay my vengeance upon them." And the theme of rebuking especially has been strong. I know it's been something I'm thinking about. And what I think is kind of going on is that regardless of whether or not a person even believes in God, that all of these beliefs, the way that they're merging, the way that between different religions, they still have central, I guess you could say, characters or figureheads or, you know, whatever chapters that have the same names or deal with the same people in similar locations, but they're different variations on the same story. And I think that actually what's going on right now is that, yeah, these things are coming to life. That what we are going to witness, and we're in the process of witnessing, is biblical in nature, but it shares in common a story globally amongst all kinds of people all across the world. So whether or not that's the culture of your, well, rather that's the central religion of your culture or not, because it really is more to do with regions and different whatever, but we're now this, like, everybody's all around now, everywhere. And I think that if you focus too much on, like, whether or not the person's intent, you know, is good or bad, I mean, it's worth exploring, but I don't think it matters anymore. Like, I don't think that some of these filmmakers, like Quentin Tarantino, for example, I don't think he really necessarily intended to be as deep as he was, but he wound up being that way. I remember like about 6 years ago or so, right when I first started doing interviews, started speaking out about things that I knew about, whatever these topics are that I talk about, I felt a very strong, like I needed to. It wasn't normal. Like I had this very deep religious type experience where, just similar to the way there's archangels, and my name is Gabriel, for some strange reason, I'm not saying I'm him, guys. I don't talk like that. I don't even feel like that. But I think it's happening to Gabriels worldwide. There's a bunch of them that suddenly are like, why do I feel like suddenly delivering messages? Or why do I feel like I have something to say more than I did before? And I think that exists within these filmmakers. One of my other favorite films is called Magnolia. And in that one, they quote Exodus 8:2. And the thing I learned about that was when P.T. Anderson made a rain of frogs inside his film, he didn't even know about Exodus 8:2. It wasn't until one of the actors that was in his movie, pre-production, invited him over to his house where he said, "Hey, let me show you the Bible. And did you know that I can't believe you quoted this." And he says, "Dude, I didn't even know that existed. I never read that. But now that I know," he went and started inserting in the film all kinds of like hidden references to Exodus 8:2. Sometimes a person's just holding up a sign that says Exodus 8:2. You'll see it on a billboard as you're passing by, like a character drives by. It was really clever the way he did it. And there's tons of these references in there. And to me, that's kind of like one of those signs. I mean, that movie, it's this really long form film that has all these different characters in it, but it winds up being about, forgiveness, rebuking, the power of forgiving, but also knowing when you should forgive and when you can't, or when you shouldn't, and talking about what a challenge that is, like that we go through. Like, how do we ever know? And it really stuck with me for a long time. And I think something really incredible is happening in the world right now. And I don't think we should focus on things that don't matter anymore. I think it's all happening. I just wanted to share that with you.